Final of this session, this two-year term, Harnett County Board of Elections, special meeting. We are now opened, and gonna take a moment to do the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. We're not silent. I had to say that. Oh, we got plenty to close by.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Claire, we're now open for public comment. If you would be so kind to read your statement.
Public comment periods will be held at the beginning of the scheduled meeting and limited to a maximum of 30 minutes. Each person desiring to speak shall clearly state their name and will have a maximum of 3 minutes to make his or her remarks. A speaker may not speak more than once during the same public comment period, and unused time may not be yielded to another speaker. To avoid repetition, groups of individuals who expect to have the same or similar comments are encouraged to select a spokesperson to speak on their behalf. Public comment is not intended to require the board to answer any impromptu questions. The board should refrain from engaging in dialogue except to the extent necessary to clarify the speaker's position. The board shall not entertain questions from the audience, and discussion between speakers and members of the audience shall be prohibited. Speakers shall maintain proper decorum and shall make their comments in a civil manner. Personal attacks and use of obscene and profane language are prohibited. Speaker comments should be limited to subjects that are within the board's jurisdiction. Action on items brought up during public comment period will be at the discretion of the board.
Okay. We're now open for public comment. Yeah.
Marge Miller. On behalf of myself and the Northwest Precinct, I want to thank the entire board for their last 2 years of service. We appreciate your hard work.
Thank you, Marge. Anyone else? No takers? Okay, Claire.
So you have the floor.
I didn't sign, excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't sign up, but I would also like to say thank you very much for you guys. It's been very challenging, the last election was, and I'm sure going forward will be more. But I do appreciate all your time and hard work toward making it as good as it could have possibly been. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Minutes?
Okay, so we have for you the minutes from May 6th, 2025. They are the same that was emailed. If you need a minute to review them in May, if you are satisfied, a motion to approve would be in order.
I so move. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that is the copy to be signed.
Okay, Claire, we're now open to business, the director's report.
So I don't have too much to report on today, just a couple of follow-ups. Our precinct changes were submitted to the state board and were approved. So we will be working on the geocode updates to split the Anderson Creek and Barbecue precincts. Once we get those changes completed, we will send out a voter card to all the affected voters who are having their precincts changed. We will also be advertising this on our website, the newsletter, and our other social media, other outlets as well, to get that information out. For most of these voters, it will not really affect them until the primary, but there are a few with that Lillington municipal area that will be affected this coming election. So we'll make sure we definitely reach out to them prior to this election.
Clerk,
Yes.
let me make a comment. If possible, could we have someone pen an article and have it appear in the local newspapers?
Yeah, we certainly will do that. Okay. The other thing is the budget, again, is with admin. The Board of Commissioners have reviewed it, and they're still having some meetings to discuss it. Their next work session is June 10th, with plans of voting on it June 16th. At this time, there have not been any cuts from the budget we requested, and we did get the expansion request approved for the election worker increase, but the expansion request for the outreach position at this time is not being funded. I did attend the commissioner meeting Monday to kind of plead our case for this position. They didn't seem that they were, I'm not gonna say they didn't feel like it wasn't warranted, but I think they want some time to think about it and then see what the new board kind of thinks about it as well. So it's not completely dead, but I don't think it's gonna be approved in this budget, maybe something that comes up later on in the fiscal year. Municipal filing will begin July 7th until July 18th, and that will be for the towns of Irwin, Angier, Coates, and Lillington. Dunn does not have an election this year, so they will not be participating. And those are kind of all the updates I have. Is there any questions or anything that you may have?
Have you adjusted to the new building?
Yes, so we are moved in the new building. We are just about situated. We have a lot of our security protocols in place now. We're going to live in it for a little while through this municipal election and then see what may need to be adjusted before the primary. But it's really nice to have everything in one location. That's been a definite plus through all this.
Are people having,
You don't feel like you're in the school bus anymore?
No. There's definitely a lot of room to walk around.
are people having difficulty finding it?
We have had to give directions to a few people who've called, but so far everybody's been able to find it fine. The sign out front will be replaced soon. Facilities is getting a quote on updating that so it does say Board of Elections, because currently right now it just says facilities, but that will be changed hopefully in the next month.
I have an additional question on the budget item. You said they were going to be voting on it on 16th,
June 16th.
June 16th, yeah. And if in fact it's been passed at that time and the subsequent board convinces them that it's a good program for the outreach, can that be amended so it goes into place this year?
Yeah, so the commissioners do have the ability to make those changes throughout the year. Anything else? All right. So the next item of business we had was basically just a presentation of appreciation to your board, to the board members. Let me not get tongue-tied, sorry. On behalf of the Board of Election staff, we want to sincerely thank each of you for your time, dedication, and thoughtful leadership throughout your service. As we gather here at your final board meeting, it's important to recognize the meaningful and lasting impact you've made. Your commitment to this work has strengthened our community's trust in the democratic process, and it has truly been a privilege to partner with you in the important work of upholding the integrity of our elections. Thank you for your service and the example you have set for those who follow. At this time, it's our honor to present each of you with the plaque as a small token of our appreciation. These plaques reflect our sincere thanks for your service on the Board of Elections and the important role you've played in supporting the work of this office and the voters of our community. Thank you. So Shannon's going to pass them out, and then we can do some pictures. So if you want to, we can stand up. If you want to be right here in front of the flags, so you can do any pictures or anything. We do also have a little goodie bag for you guys. So if you'll stop by Kelly before we leave, she'll wrap it for you, put it in the bag with some little things.
Some little goodies.
Some little goodies. So with that, unless there's any other questions or you guys have anything you would like to say, that's all the business I have for us.
Yeah, I'd like to make a statement.
Okay.
I had the privilege of serving on this board this last term, 2 years, and it was very gratifying to represent the people of this community. And we accomplished a lot of stuff, and we certainly were active. It was a challenge with the last election cycle, but we got through that, and we couldn't do that without the help of the board, the staff, the many volunteers, the workers, and the judges, and the community. So it's a community effort. We're here for you, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve.
Thank you. Mr. Kern? Well, I would just like to say for the audience and for everyone around the table, including the office people, that I've been on the board, 2 terms, and you've definitely much longer. I've seen a tremendous amount of growth. I don't know what transpired before, but my tenure has been a tremendous amount of growth. First of all, we finally got another home to live in where you're not spread out. And we've accomplished a lot of really important things. We've had some major and important elections, and we've seen the community grow and come out and participate. So I'd just like to thank all of you guys and all of you guys and you guys.
Thank you. So for those of you that are returning, our next meeting will be July 22nd at noon, and that's when we're going to swear in the new board. And so I'll reach out to the new board members and get them up to date.
And isn't there a conference the week after that?
Yes, the conference is the week after. So it's a big, very quick turnaround on that. So with that, is there a motion?
Last one, who wants to do the last motion?
Last motion, yes. I move that we adjourn. Second.
We all agree.
So we are adjourned at 5:13.